What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another video. I'm going to be doing a trade recap for y'all, of course. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. I hope everybody's feeling good, feeling blessed, feeling healthy. Hope you all manage your positions safely today. And I'm gonna get right into it. So today I did take 4 trades, which is slightly higher for me. However, 2 of them were break even. And the break evens were kind of my fault, which is why I didn't really count them as like a legitimate break even. Well, the second break even was more my fault. The first one I wasn't mad at all. The first one, I would take that trade again, and the break even point was perfect and ended up reversing on me anyway. So this first trade break even was fine. The second trade break even was kind of my fault, so I ended up re-entering. So that's why I took 4 trades. I took 1 win, 2 break evens, and 1 loss. And I'm gonna break it all down. So first, I'm gonna show you my P&L, but this is off 5 evals. I have 5 evals, so it looks like a lot more than it actually is. I didn't make all this money today. These are just evals that I passed today, some 50K accounts that I wanted to pass. I passed these today, and then these are my regular accounts. So don't think I made 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Like, I ain't make damn near 19, 20,000. I'll say I did not do that. I'm telling you right now, these are eval accounts. Strictly before we get into it, and I don't even like sharing that. That's just weird. I don't know, but I didn't make that much money today. Don't think I did. But let's get into it though. First trade I ended up taking came right off of open, actually, which I always tell the group, do not trade off of open. I personally don't like trading off of open. It just never really works out for me. And today was a prime example of why. I did end up trading off open, and the reason I did execute off of open was because of the fact that we did have, let me just close all this. We had an SMT, I want to say at like this low. It was an SMT at one of these lows. It was an SMT, let's just pretend, coming into open. There was an SMT at this low. I know I'm not pretending there was, but I just don't remember where it was at right now. There was an SMT at this low though, coming into open. And this is honestly my A+ setup. SMT, we were tapping a higher time frame key level as well. I'm not gonna go back to the hourly because it's gonna mess up where I'm at, but we were tapping a higher time frame key level on top of the fact that we had a change in the state plus a fair value gap formed on the 5-minute inside of the change in the state. Now, if you guys know the model of that trade, you know that I love when we have fair value gaps that are formed on top of the change in the state. This is bread and butter for me. This is 99 times out of 100 gonna work out. So once we tapped into this 5-minute, I ended up longing this, and as you can see, I got stopped out fairly quickly after. We also had an unfilled hourly imbalance right above us that I wanted to see get tapped as well, that had resting equal highs right within it, relative equal highs within it. So I was not mad at this long at all. Drawn liquidity was there, the model was there. I think this was just market open. Oftentimes the volatility that it brings can kind of alter the course of however price action is going at that moment, and that is clearly what it did today. The only reason I even took this trade off open, which is my first trade off open in a very long time, was because of the fact that probably like for the past couple of weeks, honestly, like not every day obviously, but a good amount of times where I'll see a setup off open and I don't take it, it's been working in my favor. Like yesterday it happened. I want to say the day before yesterday it happened as well. Like a lot of these days where we have models off of open, or when I have conviction going into open and I don't take them, they've been working out. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try it out today. Clearly, I ended up losing a lot more on this trade because it was literally just a fat candle down. So my fill I ended up losing more than I should have on this position, which was annoying. But you know, it is what it is. From there, I just waited. We were really just selling off crazily, with no real nothing really. I was just like, I was getting ready to get off at this point, honestly, but at this level, we tapped standard deviation right here. We tapped standard deviation, so I'm like, okay, we are tapping into the 5-minute, but we are displacing out of the higher time frame bullish imbalance, and overall on the higher time frame, I do believe that we're bullish. Well, this is something to keep in mind actually. I wanted to see this hourly get tapped, so I was internally bullish, but overall on the higher time frame, this is a market maker sell model. I think that we will complete the sell model once one of the indices take these lows on. These are wick. This is consequent encroachment of the 4-hour wick. That's what this is right here. I'll show you right quick. I keep that marked out because, as you know, consequent encroachment is a very important area within price. Price is oftentimes going to reject from here. So these 2 dotted lines are consequent encroachment levels. But when you look at the 4-hour, as you can see, when you mark it out, you know, 2.5 aligns perfectly with this 4-hour low. This is a clear market maker. Where is it at? Market maker buy and sell model. And my laptop's been tweaking all day. I wasn't even able to really stay on live because of the fact that my laptop was tweaking all day, which has been annoying. So I'm gonna get that looked at this weekend when I go back to home. Um, but this is a clear market maker buy and sell model. I just talked about it in that previous video. Very clear, very obvious. So I feel like we do still have room to deliver to the sell side. I really just want to see this hourly get filled and then see continuation from here. So from here, once we tapped the, I think it was an hourly order block, I want to say. Yeah, once we tap this hourly order block here, I'm like, damn, I don't know if I really believe in sales right now because of the fact that we tapped the hourly order block. However, we had damn near, it was too perfect not to take, too perfect to pass up on. This 30-second, once we tapped into the 5 minute, as y'all can see, we got this 30-second inversion plus change in the state all with one candle, and we formed a BPR within it. Very similar setup to earlier, my A plus model, another version of my A plus model. So I slapped this short, ended up pyramiding once we tapped and got this displacement right here. So my fill then got adjusted to right here. My initial stop loss was above the BPR. I then trailed it to break even once we ended up getting this displacement candle here, targeting this low, and I want to see a continuation through to complete the sell model and then tap consequent course from the high time from wicks and all that good stuff. So my initial risk to reward on this was, well, I got break even stopped, as y'all can see. I got stopped at break even, which I'm not mad at. I will take this trade 100 times out of 100. This is a beautiful setup. Initial risk to reward was about a 2-to-1 just to this internal low, and then I wanted to see a continuation. So I was looking at a pretty decent trade opportunity. Didn't execute it, didn't get it, or just didn't play out. So that was that. Now the third trade, this was another break even. Once we inversed the 3 minute, I ended up taking this up here because we were battling to get over the opening gap. So no, I'm lying. This is what happened. So I got in right here and I ended up getting stopped literally right with this candle. Once we got this 1 minute close above where the 3 minute was lying, I entered with a very tight stop. And I got, like, we got this initial displacement here. Then I ended up getting break even stops. So that was that. I trailed my side once I went, I think, like, well, 1-to-1. Risk reward wise, I usually do that. I wanted to see us attack all this. We ended up doing that. I just got stopped at break even. Now, this is where I got off stream. However, and I've been saying I'm not going to do this, but this was a very good model that presented itself, and I decided to take it. Once we got this 1 minute imbalance that opened up, I took this with really, obviously with the intention to pass the accounts, but on my other accounts, it was lower risk, which is why you've seen the two different P&Ls. I took this right here. Once we got this V shape, we inversed the 1 minute. Once we got that V shape right here, with the unfilled hourly above us, I entered long once again. Stop loss was at this low, and I took off at standard deviation of this. Standard deviation was right here. I took off literally right up here, so I damn near top tick it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'll turn on my executions and I'll show y'all in a second. But yeah, this was the last trade I ended up taking on the day that actually ended up passing my accounts and netting and ended me net positive on the day. I want to say, yeah, that's where I got break even at, and as you can see, I damn near top ticked price on that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that was that though. That was the trade I took today. What did I do wrong? I think the first position was avoidable. That first loss shouldn't have happened. Whoa, this looks crazy. My bad. First loss shouldn't have happened. I tell myself I'm not trading into open, and clearly I was hard-headed today, and I paid the price. So that was that. That was probably the only thing I would have done differently today. I think everything else was pretty good. I know some people did take this initial long. I was hesitant on this, and it ended up planning out. We're still displacing out the hourly order block. That 1 minute sell model filled, which to me automatically fit my bias bullish. I just wanted full confirmation, so I waited till we got back above this 15-minute. This is what happened. When we put an SMT at this 15-minute high, and that's why I got out. Put an SMT, which ended up stopping me break even. I went break even once we put the SMT, and that's why I took such a small, like, my stop loss was so tight there because I seen the SMT get put in at this 15-minute high. ES took this way before NQ did. That was that. That's what I forgot about. But yeah, the main thing today, I would probably just not take that entry off open. I would have saved myself a lot of capital, and on my actual accounts, the 3 at the bottom, they would have made a lot more money today if I avoided that loss. So that was my fault. But that's that though. Call it right there. Hope y'all have a blessed day. I showed y'all the P&L, right? I did, I think. I'll show it one more time if I didn't. But I am trading evals, so these 5 are evals I did not make. all that money today. This is just what I made. So, yeah, I'll catch y'all tomorrow, though. Have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Free Discord in the bio if you do want to work with me. Help me help you. Yeah, I'm going to catch you on the next one, though. Peace out.